For Aslan Media, this is Reza Aslan. It is Friday, May 4th. Welcome to our new website. Something incredible has been happening in Israel. Something actually quite revolutionary. Something that at least I can't ever think of ever happening before in any democratic country. Over the last few weeks, as most of you know, there's been this overwhelming response from Israel's military and intelligence leaders, both former and current, pushing back against Netanyahu's line about the imminent threat, the existential threat from Iran, and the absolute need to bomb that country before it develops a nuclear weapon, because of course they are, unlike every other nation on earth, irrational and cannot be trusted with nuclear weapons. Now, I am certainly no fan of allowing any country, certainly not Iran, to have nuclear weapons, but it's important to kind of figure out who these people are. We are now talking, of course, about former Mossad head Meir Dagan. We are talking about the former Shin Bet head Yuval Diskin. We're talking about the former IDF head Gabi Ashkenazi, the current army chief Benny Gantz. We're talking about the current Mossad chief Tamir Prado, and of course in the United States you can add to that chorus of voices the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Martin Dempsey, and the National Director of Intelligence, James Clapper, all of whom have come out very strongly over the last couple of months to say that, one, Iran is not developing nuclear weapons currently, and the IAEA concurs. Two, that Iran is a rational state and can be dealt with as such. And three, that the notion that Israel needs to attack Iran immediately to keep it from taking part in some sort of suicidal, apocalyptic death wish by launching a nuclear attack on Israel is absurd. The reason that I'm so interested in this is because in democracies, as you know, the military is supposed to be subordinate to the civilian leadership. It's the civilian folks who make the decisions. But what's happening in Israel is so radical, so revolutionary, that it's never been seen before. It's never been even conceived of before. Imagine this. Imagine if the Secretary of the Navy, the Secretary of the Army, the Secretary of the Air Force, and the Marines, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, all in the span of a couple of months started making statements to the media that President Obama can't be trusted, that he is lying to the American people. What would we do in this country? That's what's happening in Israel. The good news is that this has pretty much put a damper on all the war talk that we've been hearing for so long. At this point, it seems very unlikely that Netanyahu is going to defy his own military and intelligence analysts and launch a preemptive strike against Iran. The Israeli public doesn't want any such thing. But on a larger issue, what we are talking about here is an absolute uprising, and I use that word deliberately, an uprising from Israel's own military and intelligence leaders against a prime minister whose rhetoric has backed him into a corner. And now he needs to decide, is he going to make good on his promises to take care of a country that he compares to Nazi Germany, a leader that he thinks is no better than Hitler, or is he going to do what people always say that they will do, their elected leaders say that they will do, and that is to listen to their own military? I think we know the answer to that. For Aslan Media, this is Reza Aslan.